Hello everyone, welcome to the ITLS Academy. Today we are going to perform another experiment in a food adulteration series in which we are going to detect that is there any chalk powder are present into the acidophileta or not. Okay, now before starting this experiment, we have to know that what is this adulteration. So simply adulteration is defined as addition of the substance into a food product so that the quality of that food product are decreases but the quantity of the food product increases, the flavor are enhanced and the color are enhanced. Here, the addition of the chalk powder into the acidophileta is only to increase the quantity of the acidophileta. Suppose that we have a 5 gram of that acidophileta. Now, in 5 gram of acidophileta, we add 5 gram of that chalk powder. Now, the quantity of become what? 10 gram. Now, consumer pay for 10 gram of acidophileta, but they get what? They get only 5 gram of acidophileta because the 5 gram are what? They are a adulterant. Okay. Now the substance which are added into the adulteration, that substance are known as what? Known as a adulterants. So here the food product are what? Food product is the acidophileta and the adulterant are what? That is the chalk powder which is added into the acidophileta to increase its quantity. Now, what is the impact of that chalk powder on the nutritional value of that acidophileta? It decreases the nutritional value. Okay, because we know that if we have a 5 gram of that acidophileta, then that 5 gram of acidophileta have a some other nutritional value. But when in 5 gram of that acidophileta, the 5 gram of chalk powder are added, then their nutritional value are changes. Their nutritional value are degraded. Even the quality of that acidophileta are also degraded. Okay, that's why it is very important to detect that. Even the chalk powder are also cause a respiratory infection, digestive infection, so it also create what? It also create a health issue. So that's why it is very important to detect it. Now for performing this experiment, we required a two chemical. The one is your dilute HCl, which is on the ratio of 1:1. Okay. Now when we are preparing this dilute HCl, we have to use a concentrated HCl like 1 ml, and in 1 ml we add that distilled water. Here 1:1 means that the quantity of the concentrated HCl and the quantity of your uh, distilled water will be same. Now when we are preparing the dilute HCl, we are handling the concentrated HCl. So we have to take a extra care, like when we are preparing it, we have to wear a proper mask and proper gloves and lab coat, because when we come in contact with the concentrated acid, it can cause a problem, like it can cause a skin irritation, skin burn, eye irritation, damage to our eyes, and even the vapor of that concentrated acid also cause a infection in our respiratory tract. So that's why it is very important. The other chemical that we required is a carbon tetrachloride, that is known as a CClO4, and we required a acidophileta as a sample. Then we required a test tube stand, test tube holder, micropipette of 1000 microliter or 1 ml, micropipette tip, measuring cylinder, spatula, weighing balance for weighing the acidophileta. Now what we have to do, we take a 0.5 gram of acidophileta and add 1 ml of that carbon tetrachloride. If there is any, then we put it for a settle down, and then after that we decant the top layer. Okay, then when we decant that top layer, we have only what? We have only that is your residue. Now into a residue, what we have to do, we have to add a 1 ml of this dilute HCl, and if that chalk powder are present, then we get what? Effervescence or bubbles. If the bubble formation are there, then it indicates that the presence of that chalk powder into a acidophilter. Now we have to take a weight, put the aluminum foil into it, and don't forget to tear the weight of the aluminum foil. We have to take only 0.5 gram. Now transfer this 0.5 gram of acidophilter into the test tube. Transfer it very carefully, okay? Okay. Now after that, what we have to do, we have to add a 1 ml of this carbon tetrachloride into it. Now just leave it for a settle down. It takes around 1 to 2 minutes. Then after that, what we have to do, we decant the top layer. When we decant the top layer, then we only the residue will remain inside the test tube, which the residue are present at the bottom of that test tube. So in the residue, what we have to do, we have to add a 1 ml of this dilute HCl. Okay. If we get a bubble, then it indicates that the presence of that chalk powder into the acidophilter. Now I think it is settled down. Now just decant the top layer. See, only the residue are there. Now in a residue, what we have to do, we have to add a 1 ml of this dilute HCl. Now you have to see that is there any bubble formation when we are adding that dilute HCl or not. See that there is no bubble formation. Okay, which means that our sample does not contain a chalk powder into it. Okay, which means that our sample are what? Our sample are pure. So this is how we detect the chalk powder into the acidophilter. I hope you will understand. But if you have any query related to this experiment, you are free to ask me in a comment box, or for a further detail, you can follow the ITLS Academy on different platforms. That is your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, WhatsApp, and LinkedIn. And subscribe our channel ITLS Academy on YouTube and get our app from a Google Play. You can also visit our website, that is your www.itlsacademy.com. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe our channel.